schedule. Now let's get to Ole Miss going on the road to Knoxville, TK, to take on the Tennessee Volunteers. Josh Heupel's team is rolling. In the last 2 weeks, TK, they've scored 107 points and have over 700 yards of rushing in the last 2 weeks. I mean, they're really getting things going. Of course, Ole Miss bounced back with an offensive explosion against Arkansas in that shootout. This is a 7:30 kick. You know Neyland Stadium is going to be rocking. Auburn's loud, but TK, you've played when Neyland is jumping. Is there a louder place than Neyland Stadium with those 115,000 or whatever it is over there in that stadium?
It's jumping. You know, them folks gonna be good and liquored up. It's gonna be a good time in there. It's definitely gonna be jumping, man. That'll be a good one. But you said it, Coach Heupel's got that Tennessee offense rolling. I think Hendon Hooker is doing a lot of growing up within the past few weeks, bro. And what a time to be hitting midseason form mid-season, and I think he's hitting it because he's making all the right plays, all the right reads, and guys around him, bro. Again, when this happens for a quarterback, it elevates the play of guys for the receivers. Guys around him are making plays, so it's awesome to see.
Hendon Hooker's having the same effect on that Tennessee offense that Stetson Bennett's having on the Georgia offense, right? They believe in him. They believe when you believe in your quarterback and you're able to go out there and play, and they have fun playing with him. The last 2 weeks, Hendon Hooker 78.9% completion percentage against Missouri, 73.9 against South Carolina. Against South Carolina this past week, 17-23, 225 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had 225 yards and 3 touchdowns exactly against Missouri too. So if he goes for 225 and 3 tutties against Ole Miss, man, we're just going to start calling him, we're just start calling him Mr. Consistency right there, because Hooker is just dialing it out. He had 221 yards and 2 touchdowns against Florida. So I think we're honing in on that number, TK. Hendon Hooker's going to get somewhere in the 220s passing for a couple touchdowns at least.
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency. I had a head coach, TK, that always said the true measure of greatness is consistency, right? Consistency. So that's how you measure true greatness. So we'll see if Hendon Hooker can remain consistent. The Bet Online spread for this one, TK, Ole Miss is a 3-point favorite on the road. So really, they think this is about a touchdown game because Tennessee is probably getting 3 points off of that because of being the home team. So TK, I really think, and I'm being as truthful as I can, I really, really like this Tennessee front seven. I like the way they play. In terms of like Tyler Barron on the edge, he's the type of guy that TK, he's just relentless. He comes off, he gets after you. They've got leadership and like Theo Jackson coming from the safety position. It's a defense that is really starting to come into its own and shut down. Obviously, Missouri and South Carolina have had their struggles, but when you're believing, TK, and you're playing at a high level, and then you got a home game, you got a home game where you're able to have that crowd juiced up at night. So we'll see the last road experience that Ole Miss had. It wasn't too good over there in Tuscaloosa. So we'll see if they've learned from that.
Nah, it wasn't nice over there, but I think Blayne and the crew, obviously being in another battle last week, will be ready and prepared for their. I mean, they're battle tested. So they've been in big games already. Obviously, this year they've been in big games that they won. They've been in big games that they've lost. So I think it'll be a good one, bro. The stage will be set. What's the over again?
79. The over under 79 in this one.
We got us a high ass over, bro. So it'll probably be a bunch of points scored in this one. So it'll be a fun game. But Matt Corral, dude, I like him a lot, bro. I'm lane trained and Matt Corral. So I just think that they're special together.
How much does it worry you that Ole Miss's defense has given up 560 yards of rushing, and that's really the calling card right now for Tennessee when they have a key running back like Tyion Evans, who has 482 rushing yards on the year, 6.6 carries. Hendon Hooker's getting it done with his legs as well with 282 yards. I mean, is that a concern for this Ole Miss team? Because Tennessee's offense is moving at that warp pace, TK. I mean, they're snapping the ball very quick. Do you think they're able to steal a possession or two and, just catch Ole Miss off guard with their defensive woes?
Yeah. I mean, I think they'll definitely have him running side to side. We know Josh Heupel likes to go up tempo, run a lot of plays. But we also know that Ole Miss struggles defensively tackling. We've seen it, I think, 2 weekends in a row. So again, when I say lane train, it's about the offense.
Yeah.
But man, they're gonna struggle, bro. I think defensively they'll struggle. I think that Josh Heupel and Hendon Hooker and that Tennessee offense will put up some points, but they're gonna put up points too. So I think they'll be in another shootout, kind of similar to what they were in last week.
Yeah, Tennessee's also getting some passing threats there. Velus Jones Jr., 6 catches, 103 yards, a touchdown against South Carolina. Javonta Payton, who had that big touchdown catch against Florida, pulls in another 39-yard touchdown catch in this game against South Carolina this past week. And then Jalen Hyatt, 3 catches, a touchdown as well. So, and they're just starting to get that continuity and that production out of that offense. I really like the front seven. I'm just going to tell you, TK, I think Tennessee also, Lane Kiffin's coming back to Knoxville. He spurned those people, I mean, that whole late night move thing, all that kind of stuff. Those people are going to be, like you said, liquored up, and there's going to be some good old volunteer rednecks giving Lane Kiffin the business up there in the stands. And if they get a little bit of momentum early, I think it's going to be very, very interesting. And I say that with affection because I'm a Georgia redneck myself. So
listen here, my brother. Switch those. If Ole Miss jump out there on that tail, he gonna show his behind too now.
Oh no, he's gonna try to. It's gonna be the hatred of 115,000 versus the hatred of Lane Kiffin, and we'll see which one has more willpower there. When it comes down to it, I'm gonna take Tennessee in this game, and I'm gonna take it for the reason that I just have zero faith in the ability of Ole Miss to stop the run. I thought they had turned the corner before that Alabama game. I had a lot of confidence, thought they'd played pretty well, but it just turned out, TK, they hadn't played anybody that was able to run the ball. So Alabama and Arkansas has ran it down their throats the last 2 weeks. Tennessee's going to do the same. I like Tennessee to cover. I like Tennessee to win outright. Let me see if I like the over or not.
Jeez.
I think at 79 points, I think Tennessee to win this game is going to have to put up. I say Tennessee wins this game 48-41. So I'm going to take the over in this game. And I'm going to take Tennessee to win 48-41. Who do you got?
Whoo. Lane train. Look, bro, you just said it. I said it. They've been in games. They've been getting ran on. That ain't nothing new. That is nothing new, bro. They've been getting ran on.
Well, it's almost beat them twice. It beat them in Alabama.
Tennessee might run up and down the field on them. But you know what's going to happen? They're going to score some points, bro. They're going to score a lot of points. Tennessee might score a lot of points. So I'm definitely taking the over. It's probably going to be a 51-40. It's a tight one. 48 game.
Field goal there for Ole Miss, wins it at the end. Well, guys, so those are our 2 game previews. We gave you our up top pork chop with Ladd McConkey, our offensive player of the week, Zach Calzada for Texas A&M, and that performance. Co-defensive players of the week, DeAndre Square and Nakobe Dean. I forgot to mention the special teams player of the week is Seth Small, the field goal kicker for Texas A&M, nailing that kick right there at the end.
Everybody always trying to lead the kicker out, man.